Hi, my name is Victor Zashev and I had a very depressive stutter. The kind of stutter that hated school and was anxious of going there and was deathly afraid of any kind of public speaking. But that was a long time ago. Now I don't give much thought to my stutter. I actually think about it in the context of this channel more than from my own emotional experience. But when I was depressed and anxious and scared that my stutter was going to control all of my life and that each social interaction was doomed to fail and that I just needed to escape all this social pressure, I always thought that I needed some kind of sign, some kind of hope that I was improving, that all of these things that I tried weren't just for nothing, that all of these things, all these methods, all of this time spent on speech therapy, this money spent on speech therapy, all of this time just wasn't wasted, all this money wasn't wasted. Now, I have already made a video on some practical goals about stuttering that I believe you should set in your life if you want to improve and if you want to keep your motivation during that whole journey of improvement. That video you can watch up here. But another sign of improvement for me was that over my improvement I slowly began to think of my stutter less and less and less and less. And for you to get the full picture on this story, I want to tell you a bit about my own backstory. And I'm sure some of you may find what I'm about to say resonates with you. And I want you to realize that you're not alone, that you yourself might be stuck in this depressive cycle right now. Almost all my life, so that is from the start of it to about 2 years ago, I couldn't talk about my stutter, my problem, without breaking down, without getting emotional. I remember all the nights that I spent before the presentations, thinking about all the things that went wrong, all the past evidence that I had collected that traumatized me and that absolutely stated the fact that no, you couldn't give a presentation without stuttering. And oh, look here how you embarrassed yourself this time. And I thought that the next time won't be any different. I thought that my stutter controlled my life and I was forever different from anyone else. I was forever handicapped in some way. And I also had many different negative beliefs floating in my mind. Like, I can't defeat my stutter. I will forever be seen as a stuttering idiot. Nobody would love me if I stuttered. I can't defeat my stutter. And I had no hope that the next day will be any different. That the next day won't just be another traumatizing event that I added to the pile. When I started speech therapy around 2 to 3 years ago, and I have stopped going there for about a year now, I was emotional in the first few lessons. I couldn't talk about my stutter without breaking down. I had to excuse myself to wipe away tears and to refresh. It was very painful, this period of my life of improvement, but I realized that I had to go through it. The trauma of all the past experiences, of the bad and embarrassing moments in my life before this moment was building up, and I had to become numb to it. I had to react unemotionally to it in order to defeat it, and I had to face it. And a quick sign that you are not there yet in your improvement is that you become emotional when you have to talk about your stutter. It doesn't seem like a boring subject to you right now. And that is the topic of this video. Because right now, in this moment, while I am recording this video, I don't know the last time I stuttered past maybe a few hours ago. I don't remember my embarrassing moments that vividly anymore. I don't know whether in the past few hours I was speaking like a professional auction host or a bumbling idiot.
What are you gonna pay us? How much? Yeah. 115, 115 bucks. It'll be 125, 115, yeah. 135, Mary. It'll be 145, sir.
Because as you can see here, I am now making videos on that topic, on that previously too hard to fathom to talk about topic. I am not worried if I stutter or not. And I am like that almost 24/7. You know, there are some moments where I do feel some tingle of apprehension and worry about my own stuttering, but it's much less than what it had been. And when you think like that, when your mindset is like that, you stutter less and less and less. And that is the key. Ask yourself this question. Would you talk about your stutter? Would you uncover yourself? Would you expose yourself as a stutterer to your close best friend? Would you? If you have answered yes, of course, and you haven't put in 2 to 3 years of self-improvement, I know that you are lying to me. I know because I felt the same way. 2 to 3 years ago, I couldn't imagine talking about it. I know how scary it was to talk to people about that topic. And if you want to find out more about my own story of first admitting that I stuttered to my close friend, the conversation afterwards, and all in all what happened, you can watch this video right here. And just let me say this, if you're serious about improving yourself, your stutter, you have to begin exposing yourself like this more and more. You will find yourself becoming numb to that after a while. You will find yourself talking about your stutter more and more comfortably. It would not be such a difficult topic for you anymore. Also, if you want me to give you personal feedback on this exact journey, I went through this path 2-3 years ago. You can click the link down below right now for my personal one-to-one coaching. All in all, if you want to get anything out of this video, is that you have to measure how much time you spend thinking about your stutter and how much time you spend thinking about your hobbies. You want over time that wasted time of thinking about something that you can't change just by thinking about it to go down and actually focus on enjoying your life more, your hobbies go up. And for a final tip, if you want an even faster improvement, just make sure that you're occupying yourself. You don't have a lot of free time, because I found out a quite valuable quote recently. Idle hands are the devil's workshop. You want to avoid boredom as much as possible, because boredom will only make you think of all the embarrassing moments, and you may find yourself trapped again in the depressive rut, in the depressive cycle like before. So start a new hobby, go rock climbing, maybe learn a new language. Try to occupy your life. If you feel right now that you aren't doing enough, that you're just getting by, that you can work harder, I feel the same way. That's why I don't like my calendar being empty. I don't like wasting my time playing video games. And if you fill your time with doing productive things, you will think about your stutter less and less, and you will also have a great time. So try to implement this. Watch this video for more stuttering self-improvement. Subscribe to the channel if you have found any of this helpful, and of course, have a nice day.